So next topic, that is boron nitride. First of all, this formula for this boron nitride is Bn. Okay, and also first we can go through the preparation of this boron nitride. Preparation. The first method is that this boron will be combining directly with nitrogen. Okay, at white heat. At white heat to form boron nitride. Okay, boron will be combining directly with nitrogen at white heat to form boron nitride. Then the second method of preparation is that when heated, a mixture of dry ammonium chloride when heated with borax, anhydrous borax, that is Na2B4O7. When ammonium chloride when reacted with or when heated with anhydrous borax. Anhydrous means it does not have the water of crystallization. Okay, so that we will be having a mixture of boron nitride, 2 molecules of boron nitride plus 2 NaCl plus B2O3 plus 4H2O. Okay, so the products will be boron nitride, sodium chloride, then boron diboron trioxide and water. Okay, see here we have got these are all solids. Boron nitride is a solid, sodium chloride is a solid, and boron trioxide is also a solid. So when this is heated with dilute HCl, when these products, when it is heated with dilute HCl, we will be the other will be dissolving. See, sodium chloride will be dissolving and B2O3 will be dissolving, and the remaining we will be having boron nitride. So this residue boron nitride will be left as a residue, and this boron nitride, it is washed with water and dried, so that we will be having pure crystals of boron nitride. Okay, washed with water and dried. So this is the second method of preparation by using ammonium chloride and anhydrous borax. The products will be boron nitride, sodium chloride, then boron trioxide plus 4H2O. These three are solids, so you have to treat it with dilute HCl. So from this mixture we have to separate this boron nitride. For that we are treating it with dilute HCl. So sodium chloride, then B2O3 etc. will be dissolving in dilute HCl, so that boron nitride will be remaining as a residue, and it has to be washed with water and dried, so that we will be having boron nitride. Then the next is going through the physical properties of this boron nitride. Physical properties. See, it is a white slippery solid. White slippery solid. Then insoluble in water. White slippery solid, insoluble in water. Then another point is that it melts at a very high temperature. It melts at a very high temperature. And also the temperature, it is about 3275 Kelvin. See how high the temperature is. So boron nitride, it has got a very high melting point, and it is about 3275 Kelvin. Okay. Then the next one, that is going through the chemical properties of this boron nitride. Chemical properties. Chemical properties. So first one, chemical properties means the reactions of boron nitride. So first reaction, boron nitride on reaction with steam. Boron nitride on reaction with steam under pressure. Boron nitride on reaction with steam under pressure. So 2Bn plus 3H2O. H2O is steam, isn't it? Under pressure, here pressure is applied. The products will be boron trioxide B2O3 plus 2NH3. The product is boron trioxide plus ammonia. Okay, so that is the reaction with steam. Then the second reaction. Hope you had written this reaction. Second reaction, reaction with hydrofluoric acid. Reaction with HF. Okay, so here when reacted with hydrofluoric acid, the product will be ammonium fluoroboride. Ammonium fluoroboride. So write down the reaction, boron nitride plus 4HF giving ammonium fluoroboride, that is NH4BFO. This is ammonium fluoroboride. ammonium fluoroboride. Okay, so that is the second reaction. So first reaction with the steam and the second reaction with HF, hydrofluoric acid. Then the next reaction with potassium carbonate. Third reaction with K2CO3. With K2CO3. So boron nitride plus K2CO3 giving potassium cyanate KCNO plus KBO2. KCNO plus KBO2. KCNO is potassium cyanate. Potassium cyanate. And KBO2 is potassium metaborate. Potassium metaborate. So with K2CO3, the products will be KCNO, potassium cyanate and potassium metaborate. Okay. Then the next one, that is the structure of boron nitride. Hope up to this you had written. Structure of boron nitride. See, this boron nitride, the structure of boron nitride, it resembles this structure of graphite. Okay. Structure of boron nitride, this is important. Structure of boron nitride, it resembles the structure of graphite. See, the structure of graphite, it is like this: carbon, see, this is the structure of carbon, graphite. Like this it will be going on. Okay. So this is the structure of graphite. So similar is the case of this boron nitride. Okay. Boron nitride, it will be having alternate boron as well as nitrogen instead of this carbon. Okay. So let us go through the structure of boron nitride. I am drawing this structure here. Boron, then nitrogen, again boron, then again nitrogen. Okay. Again double bonds will be coming here. Double bond, double bond, boron, nitrogen, boron, nitrogen. See here, double bond, boron, nitrogen, boron, nitrogen, double bond. Okay. Again, here it will be boron, boron, then nitrogen, nitrogen. Here double bond. Not here, double bond will be here. Then boron, again nitrogen, double bond will be here. Here also. Okay. Single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond. Okay. So this is the structure of boron nitride. See, this is a structure very similar to that of this graphite, isn't it? Graphite, it has got only carbon atoms. But here in the case of boron nitride, it will be having alternate boron as well as nitrogen atoms. So this is very much similar to this structure of graphite. And also, see here this BN bond. See, all are BN bonds, isn't boron nitrogen bonds. And this BN bonds, it is formed by the overlapping of the sp2 hybrid orbitals of boron and nitrogen atoms. Okay, so here sp2 hybridization is having there. And also, see, some of the differences between this boron nitride as well as graphite are, in the case of graphite, the pi electrons, see here alternate double bonds are there. See, these pi electrons are delocalized over all the carbon atoms, isn't it? Pi electrons are delocalized over all the carbon atoms. But here in the case of this boron nitride, the pi electrons are having only partial delocalization over the boron atoms. The pi electrons are having partial delocalization over this boron atoms, but in the case of carbon, it is delocalized over the entire ring. So that is the first difference between graphite. In graphite, the pi electrons are delocalized Pi electrons are delocalized over the entire ring or over all the carbon atoms. Okay, but in boron nitride, the pi electrons are delocalized over the boron atoms. Okay, delocalization over the boron atoms. So therefore we can say that this BN bond distances are always unequal. See, this boron nitrogen, it will be having delocalization, and hence the BN distances will be unequal. And also one more point is that this layers, it will be like that. See, while the next layer is coming, this boron atoms in one layer, it will be immediately above the nitrogen atoms in the adjacent layer. Okay, that is how the arrangement will be going on. The boron atoms in one layer are immediately above the nitrogen atoms in the adjacent layer. Okay, so this is about the structure of boron nitride. Then one more compound is there, that is boracene or borazole. Okay, hope up to this you are clear. You have to go through the structure of boron nitride and the hybridization involved in boron and nitrogen, that is sp2 hybridization. Then regarding the delocalization and also the bond length of boron nitrides are unequal. Okay, this much points you have to note down. Then the second one, the next compound, that is boracene or borazole. Boracene or borazole, B-O-R-A-Z-I-N-E, boracene or borazole. The formula is B3N3H6. Boracene or borazole, B3N3H6. See here, this boracene, it is otherwise called as inorganic benzene. It's otherwise called as inorganic benzene. Boracene or borazole is otherwise called as inorganic benzene. And also see here, this borazole, it has got a very close resemblance to that of benzene. That is why it is called as inorganic benzene. Very close resemblance to benzene, hence it is called as inorganic benzene. Next we can go through the preparation of this boracene or borazole. Preparation of boracene. See here, boracene, it is prepared by mixing ammonium chloride and boric chloride. Okay, 3 molecules of NH4Cl, ammonium chloride, plus BCl3, boron trichloride, 3 molecules of boron trichloride, when it is heated to a temperature of 415 to 425 Kelvin. When it is heated to a mixture of 415 to 425 Kelvin, we will be having trichloroboracene. Okay, trichloroboracene. So the structure, it will be like this. See, some disturbances are here, some noises will be there, please excuse me. So BCl, NH, then BCl, NH, then BCl, then NH. Here all are having Google Meet, etc. So please excuse for the noises behind. See, the compound, it will be like this. BCl, then NH. See, alternate boron nitrogens are there. Then along with that boron, it will be attached to chlorine. Nitrogen will be attached to hydrogen. Okay. So see, count the number. The compound, it is having number of boron, it is B3, isn't it? Then how many nitrogen atoms? 1, 2, 3. N3. Then how many hydrogens? 1, 2, 3. 3 hydrogens. How many chlorines? 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think in your textbook some corrections are there. You have to correct it also. Okay. So the compound obtained will be B3N3H3Cl3. See again this compound on reduction using sodium borohydride. Sodium borohydride, NaBH4, sodium borohydride. On reduction, this chlorine will be eliminated as HCl. Okay, that means 3 chlorine atoms will be eliminated as HCl. 1, 2, 3. These 3 chlorines will be eliminated as HCl, and the product will be B3N3H6. Instead of chlorine, we will be having hydrogens. Okay, so the compound will be B3N3H6. See here, in all these positions, hydrogen will be there, so that B3N3, then H3 plus here 3 will be coming. So in total there will be B3N3H6. Okay. So that is the first method of preparation. Then the second method of preparation, that is reaction with sodium borohydride and HCl. Reaction with sodium borohydride and HCl, we will be having this boracene or borazole B3N3H6. Then the next one, going through the properties of this particular compound, boracene. See, it resembles benzene in some of the physical as well as chemical properties. Since the structure it is almost the same, it is otherwise called as inorganic benzene. Okay, so it resembles benzene in physical as well as chemical properties. In some reactions or in some cases, it will be resembling this benzene. Okay, in some of the physical and chemical properties, it will be resembling. And also, see here in the case of benzene, the C double bond C bonds are there, isn't it? In benzene, see, this is carbon. So here alternate double bonds are there. See here in this case, in this particular bond, C double bond C bond, the C double bond C bonds are normally, they are non-polar. That means there will not be any polarity in between the two carbon atoms, isn't it? That means there is no electronegativity difference, and hence there will be no polarity. And also, that means C double bond C, it will not give addition reactions, isn't it? It won't give addition reactions due to the non-polar nature. It won't give addition reactions due to the non-polar nature. But in the case of boracene nucleus, boracene has got alternate boron as well as nitrogens. So boracene nucleus, it has got a polar nature. Since it is polar, what happens, this boracene nucleus is reactive also. Okay, so it will be giving ring opening reaction sometimes. So boracene nucleus, it is polar in nature and hence it is reactive. That is the next point. Then the next point is that it will be adding 3 molecules of HCl, or it will be adding 3 molecules of water, or it will be reacting with 3 molecules of methyl alcohol. So it will be reacting with, the next point, it will be reacting with 3 molecules of water, or 3 molecules of CH3OH, or 3 molecules of methyl iodide, or 3 molecules of HCl. Okay. So here in this reaction, the more negative group will be combining with the boron atoms. So we can go through the reaction. And so this is the boracene or borazole, BNH, then BH, then NH, then BH, then NH, then BH. This is the structure of boracene. Okay, B3N3H6 boracene. So boracene on reaction with 3 molecules of HCl. So here the more negative group will be going to the boron atoms. Okay, here the negative group is Cl minus, H plus Cl minus. Negative group will be going to the boron atoms. Okay, so the product, it will be like this: nitrogen, then boron, boron, then again nitrogen, nitrogen, then again boron. Okay. So this is the skeletal framework. Already it has got a hydrogen. Then from here one H plus will also be joining this nitrogen. Okay. So that NH2, then a positive charge. Okay. Then the negative part will be going to the boron atoms. So here it becomes BH, isn't it? BH, and Cl minus also will be joining this boron. So it will be BCl minus. Okay. Then again here, again NH2 plus. Again here it will be BH, then Cl negative. Already boron has got a hydrogen. Along with that, one Cl minus will be joining. Here again NH2 plus. Here again HCl, then negative charge. Okay, so this is the product. I think some corrections are there in your textbook also. You just go through it, and if there is any correction, you have to correct that also. Okay, so this is the case of boracene or borazole. Then the next one, we can go through the hydrolysis of boracene or borazole. Hydrolysis of boracene or borazole. B3N3H6 boracene plus 9 molecules of H2O, giving 3 BOH thrice, that is boric acid, H3BO3 or BOH thrice, plus 3 molecules of ammonia plus 3 hydrogen. See here on hydrolysis we will be having boric acid, H3BO3. This is boric acid, a simple reaction, hydrolysis. Then the next one, we can go through the structure of this boracene. Structure of this boracene. So here the first structure I am writing it like this: BH, then again nitrogen, nitrogen, then again boron, boron, then again nitrogen. Okay, then here NH, then BH, then NH, then BH, then NH. Okay. So this is one structure of boracene. Then similarly, another resonating structure is also there for this compound. Boron, then nitrogen, nitrogen, again boron, boron, then again nitrogen, nitrogen. Okay. So here a double bond is there. Here double bond, then here also double bond. So alternate double bonds are there. Then you can fill the valencies. BH, already hydrogens are there, isn't it? So fill up with hydrogens, all hydrogens. Then you just go through the valency. See, for nitrogen it has got 4, isn't it? So there will be a positive charge. Here also nitrogen has got got 4 bonds. So it has nitrogen will be here. It will be having a positive charge. Okay. Here also this nitrogen will be having a positive charge. So this is the structure of boracene. Okay, so these if the structure is asked, you have to draw these two structures, the two resonating structures of this boracene. And similarly, if you have to compare this boracene with benzene, you just draw the structure of benzene also. Carbon, carbon, carbon. Then alternate single and double bonds. Again carbon, it is the valencies are satisfied by hydrogens. Okay, so this is the resemblance of this inorganic benzene with benzene. Okay. So here, next we can go through some of the points through this in the case of boracene. See here in boracene, both the boron as well as the nitrogens, they are sp2 hybridized, just as in the previous case. Okay, they are sp2 hybridized. Then again, here each nitrogen atom has got a lone pair of electron. You doesn't has to go through the details. Nitrogen, it will be having a lone pair of electron. It will be having a lone pair of electron, and also this boron atom, it will be having an empty p orbital. Okay, nitrogen, it will be having lone pair of electron, and this boron atom, it will be having an empty p orbital. Okay, then one more thing is that in the case of pi electrons in boracene, partial delocalization. Okay, pi electrons in boracene partially delocalized. The pi electrons in boracene are partially delocalized. But in the case of benzene, again, as in the case of previous compound, in the case of benzene, the pi electrons are completely delocalized. Okay, that is one of the differences between boracene and borazole. So here also, these boron nitrogens are sp2 hybridized. Nitrogen atom has got a lone pair of electron. Boron atom has got an empty p orbital. Then pi electrons in boracene are partially delocalized, while pi electrons in benzene are delocalized completely. Okay, so this is about boracene. Now we have got one topic remaining that I will be preparing a video and will be uploading in your Google Classroom. Okay, that is the case of boron hydrides and boron hydrogen cages. Okay, that topic only remaining. Okay, so you have to go through these two videos and you have to write down the lecture notes. And after seeing the video, you have to put a comment below the video. Either you can put the comment in the Google Classroom, or else you can comment in the YouTube video itself. Okay, thank you.